very high up in politics in Washington, D.C., named Chuck Colson. He was actually incarcerated for his role in the Watergate scandal.
Oh, wow. Really?
And so he actually finished out his sentence at the very same place where I finished out my sentence. And a friend of mine mailed the book in that Chuck Colson wrote about his experience and what led him up to incarceration. And this was like Richard Nixon's hatchet man. I mean, he was like one of the, a feared individual within Washington, D.C. and national politics, and then found himself sitting behind the same fence that I was sitting at ultimately. And so I read his book, and it turned me on to prison fellowship. So as I walked down my faith journey while incarcerated, Matthew 25 has always been very close to me since giving my life to Christ because of what it instructs us to do. And one of the things that it tells us to do is visit the prisoners, right? Because we are called to set prisoners free, and that has multiple layers to it. But it always resonated with me because I saw so much suffering in there. I saw so much abandonment in there. I saw the epidemic of fatherlessness, every day, all day, the outpouring of it. And so it just really resonated with me because that's where my deepest wound comes from, that I wanted to make sure that I gave back to that. And so I've always had it in my mind to participate in whatever way I could to give back to men who are incarcerated. And so that was one that was very dear to my heart. So I made a pledge to myself that I would always do everything I could to either get back in prisons and preach, get back in prisons and just commune with the men in there. Whatever I could do, I asked for God to open those doors. And so I am involved in prison ministry. I do think that it is crucial because a lot of men don't have support. So any agency, any nonprofit that's out there that helps families with, post-care for men getting out of prison, or even writing letters. I mean, you have no idea what receiving a letter from somebody can do for a person that doesn't receive letters from anybody. Just that correspondence, that looking forward to it, talking with somebody outside of those walls. It's so life-breathing. And I'm one of the fortunate cases. I had a lot of people that were writing me all the time. I had a great support system. But I know the effects of men not having it. So I want to make sure that I always am positioned to do whatever God leads me to do by way of helping out those and fulfilling those men that are incarcerated and fulfilling what Matthew 25 tells us to do.
Yeah.